People often ask me how long it takes to create one stone sculpture. The answer is never easy. It can take days, weeks, or months from start to finish. In this video, you'll see me create Sands of Time, a 60-hour project in 10 minutes. Here I'm moving this 250-pound rhyolite boulder into my carving room, where I do all my cutting, chipping, grinding, drilling, and sanding. Here I'm marking the stone for this first step in the rough shaping process. This first step involves core drilling. The core drills will be in a series of holes that will allow me to remove the center of the stone. The angle and direction of the holes will affect the finished shape of the carving and will determine how much work is involved in this first stage of the carving process. This is my diamond chainsaw. I use it to remove large pieces from a boulder during the rough shaping process. This next step in the rough shaping process involves marking the stone. I'm marking the stone so I'll know where to start and where to stop cutting before I chip out the pieces. This is my positive airflow respirator I'm putting on. It feeds fresh air into my mask from another room and prevents dust from entering my mask. It also protects me from a slow, early death. In this stage of the rough shaping is where things really start to happen. In the sculpting world, we refer to this as the cutting and chipping phase. This is where you can remove a lot of material fast. It's also the most dangerous. The diamond blades I use are sharp and can cause serious injury. This part of the rough shaping process I refer to as skinning the stone. After cutting and chipping out the pieces, I'll grind the stone to a smooth surface and wet it repeatedly. This will reveal to me what the inside of the stone looks like. As I discover the layers and textures inside the stone, this will guide me through the rest of the shaping process. Here I'm cleaning out the pre-filters to my dust handlers. They help keep the room free of dust while I'm working. They also help prevent dust from entering my shop. They don't always help me stay clean, but let's face it, it's a dirty job. Here I'm doing additional marking as I continue with the cutting and chipping process. Here I'm getting close to the finished shaping stage of the carving. My cuts are shallower and I'm closer to the finished shape of the sculpture before starting the sanding stage. I'm well into the finished shaping stage of this carving. I'm using die grinders and diamond burrs to smooth the surface and shape the curves and contours. This sculpture is almost ready for the sanding stage. Here I've begun the finished sanding stage of this carving. I'm using a diamond sanding pad on an angle grinder to smooth out the flat spots on the outside edges and surfaces that are still rough from the shaping stage. This is the hand sanding stage of the project. This is what we sculptors love to hate because it requires the most work but is equally gratifying as the sculpture comes to life as the surfaces become smooth and fluid. The colors become clear as the carving takes on its final shape. In this stage, I'll sand the entire piece over and over with different grits of sandpaper until I've reached the finish that I desire. Here in the final stage, the sculpture is prepared for mounting and display.